Hello guys, welcome back. This is Abhishek, your Agile coach in YouTube. So today we will be discussing about what is a sprint burndown. So basically, a sprint burndown chart is a graph that shows work left each day of the sprint. X axis depicts days of the sprint and Y axis depicts work left, that is story point. So basically, this is the ideal sprint burndown chart. So where x-axis is days of the sprint, that is 10 days, it means 2 weeks, and the y-axis is story point. Over here, I will say that team committed 40 story point at the start of the sprint. So it was 40 story point for 2 weeks. So this is the sprint burndown chart. So now let me see another image. Yes. What do you think by looking into this burndown chart? By looking into this burndown chart, I will say that the team started working on day one, but at the end of the day one, team not completed any user stories because the line is straight. After day one, also in the day two, the line is still straight, so team is still not completed any user story. But at the end of the 2 days, the team added or product owner added some more stories in the sprint. That's what you can say. The graph has been upward. So if suppose the team would have completed 5 story point in day two, then the graph should be, from 80 to 75. It should be burned like this. So this is the typical one of the burn down charts. So let me show some other burn down charts example. Yes. Over here, you can see the burn down chart is straight, but at the last day, everything is got burned down. All the 50 story point was completed on the last day. So as a delivery Scrum Master, or what do you think? Is it good? Because the team committed 50 story point and they were able to complete all the 50 story point on the day 10, right? So it's a good thing? No, I will not say it's a good thing because I will say the team has never understand what's the rationale behind the sprint burndown chart. What's the reason? Because I will say that team is having a waterfall mindset because the reason of a straight line is that maybe team the developers were working parallelly to multiple stories and they were not able to complete those stories after 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, right? Another reason is they have not uh, splitted their user story. Maybe there are four developer and eight story point stories they are working on. They have not further split their user stories to two story pointer or three story pointer so that they can complete their three story point and they can burn the three story point in day two or day three. Then the graph would be like this, you know, rather than the last day. Because the problem with this is till the ninth day, right, nothing is complete. So there is too much uncertainty, risk, right? So the idea of working in a Scrum is to reduce the uncertainty, right, and risk. So by looking into the burn down chart, I will say till the ninth day, everything was uncertain. right? If anything would have happened or if any environment would have is not working properly, anything, then the team would have completed 0 story point instead of 50 story point. So this is not, I will say, a good burn down check. Now let's move to another. Yes. Yes. What does it say? It shows that the team is able to burn 10 story points after few days, and again, team was able to burn some more story points, right? But they have incurred some more user stories within a sprint. That's what it's related. The line is moving towards the y-axis, right? So which is not good because in Scrum, what you commit and if you put more stories once the commitment is done in a sprint, then it's not good. It is called, scope creep. Scope should be fixed and the developer should commit on the scope. After that, you should try to avoid user stories to put into the sprint backlog. So by just looking into the burn down, I will say, hey, the sprint planning was not done properly, or if it was done properly, after a few days, the product owner came and says, hey, these are the most priority one, please start working on this. And so this is the case. Now, let me, yeah. So this is reading the burn down. So the team committed 25 story point and say 10 working days. This is the ideal burn down chart straight. So if the graph is moving upwards, it means that it is behind the schedule. And if it is going down below this line, it means it is ahead of schedule. So the basically you can always have a good burn down chart only when you start working on the smaller story. You split your stories from the bigger user story point to smaller story point. Mm, Now let me. Yes, this is, I will say, one of the ideal burn down chart because each day after interval of every 2 days, I will say the stories has been burned down. We have a burn down chart. It means the story was meeting the criteria of definition of them and it is ready to be delivered to the production. So this is the ideal burn down chart. So it's always very important to teach, to coach all the developers about about the burn down chart and start looking into the burn down chart. Okay. So thanks so much for watching this agile burn down chart session. If this video helped you, here is the simple way to say thanks. If you want to support the channel directly, just scan the QR code on your screen. Your contribution, big or small, keeps the tutorial free and fuels for more practical agile content for teams like you. If you can't contribute right now, no worries. A like, comment, and subscribe go a long way too. Thanks for learning with me and let's keep building better team together. Thank you guys.